and spin Christmas and now make it, you know what I mean, to mean that you are serving the Most High. You understand? It's like you're taking a load of crap, doodoo, see? And now you're trying to make it into something good to eat. You can't do that. That don't make no sense. And that is what the Christian church excuse is for why them celebrate, you know what I mean, these filthy, disgusting, you know what I mean, holidays. All right, we're back on YouTube and Facebook. Salakia, internet, you know what I mean, problems again. See, this is the I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica and the Commanding General YAHANNA. We are talking about Easter and the Passover. See, of course, we just celebrated the Passover, the Lord's 54th annual Passover in the I.S.U.P.K. and the Commanding General YAHANNA, and it was a blast. You understand? We eat the lamb, see, and we eat the unleavened bread as commanded by the Most High in the Bible. See, but the problem is this: our people don't know that they are supposed to celebrate the Passover. The Christian church is getting ready and getting all our people ready to celebrate Easter. And Easter is not of the Most High. See? No, before the internet went out, we were in the middle of explaining what Easter was. See? And we're going to just quick and fast read over where Easter came from, quick and fast again. See? So now this says, what does the word Easter mean? It is certainly not a Christian word or name. What does the word Easter have to do with the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ? Right, because the Christian church tell you that Easter have to do with the death of Christ. You understand? And his resurrection. See, the Bible tell you that Christ was in the ground. See, for 3 days. That is 324 hours. That is 72 hours. But the Christian church tell you that Jesus died on, you know what I mean, Good Friday and rose on Easter Sunday. That don't make no sense. That is not 3 complete days. See, that is 2 days. That alone should tell you that this tradition of Easter is not consistent with the Bible. Or the story that them give you about Easter is not consistent with the Bible. You understand? Let me continue reading. Easter, like all Christian holidays and festival, has its origin in the Assyrian religions, meaning it comes from heathen custom. The Assyrians are heathens. You understand? And the Assyrians got it from heathens before them, and the heathens before them got it from heathens before them. You understand? And as it goes through these different nations, it take on different name. Right now it's called Easter. Once upon a time, it was called Ishtar. You understand? Let me continue reading. And the word comes from the name of the Assyrian mother goddess Ishtar, right? So you see the familiarity, Easter and Ishtar. That is where, you know what I mean, the word Easter come from. It's just different languages. When you say it in English, you get Easter. But it comes from, you know what I mean, an ancient idol. See? And you might ask yourself, then why the Christian church claim to teach the Bible and they, you know what I mean, they promote these idolatrous customs? It is because the Christian church don't have nothing at all to do with the Bible. It don't matter how many tears your Christian pastor cry in that church and how sweet the ceremony sounds. It has nothing to do with the God of the Bible. It don't matter how much old lady you see fall down on the ground and shake and vibrate, and it frightens you. It makes you feel like, oh, God is certainly in this place. It's actually the opposite. Because nowhere in the Bible you see where the Most High say you should celebrate these holidays. Nowhere in the Bible you see where the Most High say you should fall down on the ground and shake. You never see no disciple, you never read about any disciple in the Bible falling down on the ground and shaking and jumping and gyrating all about the place. That is not in the Bible. Let me continue reading. See? Who was also called Semiramis, right? And we know that Semiramis is the mother of Nimrod. And we will get into that as well and show you the connection and show you how evil Easter and Christmas is. No, Nimrod is the father of Christmas. Of course, these two major holidays of Christianity comes from one evil origin. Ishtar is Easter or Semiramis, and Nimrod is Christmas. See? No. Christmas or Nimrod comes from the Tower of Babel. The Bible tells you about Nimrod. Nimrod was a mighty hunter before the Most High, and he was feared and revered. See? And he ruled the land of Babel, and he was the one that tell them that they can build a tower to go to heaven. You understand? But what they don't tell you is this. He was trying to build a tower to go out into the heavens or space. You know what I mean? Which was a silly idea. See? Because he thought he could fight the Most High or defeat the Most High. Because generations before him, the Most High flooded the earth. You understand? And he has accumulated so much power in dominating the earth, see, or the known civilization at the time. He did not want to lose that power. So what he said was he's going to sanction the building of a tower where he believed, this is what they believe, and this is how stupid they were at the time. See? They believed that they could go into, you know what I mean, space and fight the Most High. That is what Nimrod and the entire population believed. So they build a tower. But the Most High sent an angel to confuse the tongue, and then them stop build the tower, and the tower never get for built. The Most High never do that because he feared them coming up there and fighting, you know. The Most High see that this was just pointless, and the earth was not going in the direction that he wanted, and he just confused the tongue so that they could, you know what I mean, all go them separate ways. You understand? But this Nimrod, who's the father of Christmas, thought that he could fight the Most High. No, his wife was Semiramis, and Semiramis was also his mother. Let me continue reading. See? And Ainana, so in other cultures, she would be called Ainana. Ishtar is the female equal of Asher, and at times, Ishtar and Asher are the same and equal in strength. Let me skip down. Therefore, Easter is nothing more than Ishtar, right? That is the point. So you celebrating Easter is you not celebrating the death and resurrection of the Most High, of Jesus. You're celebrating Ishtar. See, Ishtar is an ancient idol. You understand? Now we're going to put an image on the screen of what kingdoms before America, you know what I mean, images that they had of Ishtar, and this is one of them. You know what I mean? This is one of them. This is Ishtar. You understand? This is an image of Ishtar. See? That is an image of Ishtar. You know what I mean? No, was Ishtar a real god? No, Ishtar was just a dumb, stupid, you know what I mean, queen who married her son, who was the king. You know what I mean? And after they died, they romanticized them story and made them into gods. And we give you another example of that. Bob Marley. Bob Marley is an example of that. No, Bob Marley is not worshipped as a god, you know. But Bob Marley's name has become so big in the world now. Probably 100 years from now, you would hear people telling tales about Bob Marley having power through his music, which is false. But that is how gods are created. They are not real gods. They are just people who lived, who were once known people, and over time their story changed like Chinese telephone. You understand? Anybody who know what Chinese telephone is understand how gods are created. No, the God of the Bible, however, is the real creator of this earth, and him have a covenant with our foreparents, which is an everlasting covenant, which means that we are under that covenant. You understand? So we have to serve the God of the Bible. See? Now the internet still a move away, you know. I don't know how I go, but you know what I mean? I realize that every Tuesday it's like the more, you know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, now we're gonna read a little bit about Nimrod. See, I'll show you how evil. 1 second. I'll show you. All right, so both the stories of Nimrod and Ishtar tying together, you know, because Nimrod, who is the father of Christmas, was married to Ishtar or Semiramis, which is his mother. Now these two became two holidays. You understand? So now we're going to read a little bit about Nimrod. So it said, the Nimrod tree. Nimrod started the great organized world apostasy from God that has dominated this world until now. Right? Nimrod married his own mother, whose name was Semiramis. Remember, I know we just read about Ishtar being Semiramis. Ishtar is Easter. And it says Ishtar is Semiramis. See, Nimrod married his own mother, whose name was Semiramis. So Nimrod was the king. He married his mother. She became the queen. See, of the known world back then in this time. You understand? After Nimrod's death, his so-called mother/wife, Semiramis, propagated the evil doctrine of the survival of Nimrod as a spirit being. So now Nimrod died in battle, because he was nothing but just a man. You understand? And his wife/mother started a rumor that he is now a spirit being. That is how gods are created. Rumors. You know what I mean? For example, Buddha. You know what I mean? What the Indian god name? Shiva. These were just men that live, you know, who people thought was great men, you know. And over time, after them dead, I notice them it's always after them dead, them turn into gods. We do the same thing with people, with family members. You know what I mean? By not letting go. See, when a family member die, we paint them picture up on the wall. Usually, if the family member is a Dan, you understand, the stories never end about that person who died. How great them was and how them used to, you know what I mean, do all sorts of great things. That is how gods are created. See? And then images start to be created of them to say, this is what they look like, and people over time start worship them. Of course, we know that we don't worship Dans or we don't worship dead family members here in Jamaica. But just look at that same reasoning pattern and you will understand how these idols were created. See? Let me continue reading. So it says, whose name was Semiramis. After Nimrod's death, his so-called mother/wife, Semiramis, propagated the evil doctrine of the survival of Nimrod as a spirit being. She claimed a full-grown evergreen tree sprang overnight from a dead tree stump, which symbolized the springing forth unto new life of the dead Nimrod. So this evergreen tree is your Christmas tree. You understand? No, we're not talking about Christmas right now, but Christmas and Easter tie into one another, because Nimrod was the god of Christmas and Ishtar is the god of Easter. Them go hand in hand. See, at the same origin, but two different people. See? So this evergreen tree is talking about your Christmas tree. See? On each anniversary of his birthday, she claimed Nimrod would visit the evergreen tree and leave gifts under it. December 25th was the birthday of Nimrod, right? Jesus was not born on December the 25th. Nimrod was. Jesus did not die on Good Friday and raise on Easter Monday or Easter Sunday. That is the celebration of Ishtar or Easter. You understand? Now, notice what the Christian church do. What them do? Them take these two pagan people, custom and story that made them into a God and make it about Jesus. When the Bible did not say Jesus was born on December 25th. The Bible did not say that Jesus died, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, Good Friday. See, but the Christian church, because it is the institution of our oppressor, them sell you that story. Because why? Even though the Christian church hold up the Bible, they are not with the Bible. They are just incorporating all the filthy, disgusting belief systems that our oppressor believe in and incorporated with the Bible to create them religion. So them tell the story about Jesus, but substituting the customs of these pagan and idol worship. You understand? We continue reading. This is the real origin of the Christmas tree. See? Traditionally, a Yule log was burned in the fire furnace on Christmas Eve. All right. For the sake of time, we're going to just give a summary of Christmas. Now, what Ishtar did after Nimrod did, saying that his spirit is now in this evergreen tree. And if you don't bring gifts under this tree, you know what I mean, then Nimrod will come and cut off your head. Of course, Nimrod could not cut off nobody's head because Nimrod was dead. But now she being queen, she wanted the tax. So she wanted the people to continue to carry the tax money to she. Because Nimrod is the one that them fear, not she. But now she's queen. So then she made up a story saying that Nimrod is still alive and his spirit is in this tree. And if you don't bring the tax money or the money, Nimrod's spirit will come in your house and cut off your head. So whoever did not bring them money, what she did was to send the military to go to them house and cut off them head and them hang it on the evergreen tree, which represents your Christmas decoration, those Christmas balls that you put on the tree. See? That represents the head of the people them who should cut off. You understand? That represents the heads of the people them who should cut off for not bringing the gifts under the tree. So the gifts under the tree comes from this whole story. Now, this same woman, Semiramis, which is, you know what I mean, Nimrod's wife / mother, she became to be, after she dead now, became to be known as the mother of the goddess of fertility. She became Easter. She's Ishtar and Easter. She's also called the Queen of Heaven. You understand? You understand? She's now the Queen of Heaven. So now, you getting ready to celebrate Easter. You understand? It's a sin against the Most High. And that way I try to show you. The Easter bun and all them thing there is part of the customs that they used to do to celebrate Easter. Now we're going to jump to some scriptures and show you where the Queen of Heaven, which is Ishtar or Easter, was mentioned, and the Most High basically was chastising us, you know what I mean, for celebrating Easter. See? Now all of this wouldn't matter, you know, if we were not the children of Israel. But this is our records. You understand? And that is why the Christian church is so evil. Because they teach you that you are not the children of Israel. So therefore, you don't have to keep the Passover. You don't have to keep the holy days that the Most High give you. And the same time with them do, them give you all the customs that the Most High don't want you to celebrate. The Christian church is that. The Christian church is one of the evilest tools. You understand? Jeremiah 7:18, and it says, the children gather wood, and the father kindle the fire, and the women knead dough, or knead their dough to make cakes to the Queen of Heaven. That is your Easter bun. You understand? The cakes that the women make to the Queen of Heaven, which we just show you. Let me repeat that because the internet just got out, as me about to say. Let me repeat it again for those who have the patience to stay. See? The Easter bun that you eat on Easter, see, is the same cakes that was made to the Queen of Heaven. Easter is the Queen of Heaven. She is Ishtar Semiramis, the Queen of Heaven. That is why the Easter bun tradition came in. So when you eat that Easter bun on Easter, there's nothing wrong with eating bun, you know. But when you eat the Easter bun in the spirit of Easter, when you get that Easter bun on your workplace or in your workplace because it is Easter, that is in the spirit of worshiping the Queen of Heaven or Ishtar. Your boss or whoever give you the Easter bun don't know this. They don't know. They don't even care. But that is what it is. You understand? All right, let me give you an example so that you don't use the excuse of not knowing and not caring to mean that you're innocent, right? Let me show you how life works. When somebody kill somebody in the street, right? And then reprisal happen. Does the person who is doing the reprisal say that, oh, him friend them now have nothing to do with it, so them never know, so make them live? We know that that is not how life works, right? So you saying that you never know means nothing. It is still the same custom. All right. If you drink poison, not knowing that it's poison, will your not knowing that it is poison save your life? No, you are dead. That is how life works. So we have been celebrating these Eden holidays all our life. And then we wonder why we're so salt as a people. Like cross is a follow. Why life can't get better, especially why can't life get better for black people? No, you get the drift. Your actions have a lot to do with it. And the thing is, we have a covenant to the Most High that forbids us from celebrating Easter, from being a Christian, from celebrating Christmas, from being a Rasta, from being a Muslim. We are the children of Israel, and there's certain criteria that comes with being a children of Israel. Those criteria are not burdensome, you know. These criteria that the Most High gave to us, they are not burdensome. They are good criteria. But because we have been, let me repeat that because the internet does chip out. These criteria that the Most High gave to us, they are not burdens. They are not hard to do. The problem is we were given different traditions by our oppressor through Christianity and slavery. And we have adopted them and grown accustomed to them. So, and grown to love them. So when it comes time now for we put them down, it becomes burdensome. Because we love the Easter bun and we love the Christmas presents. You understand? But if we knew that we were the children of Israel and grew up in the custom of being the children of Israel, the Passover would not be burdensome. Then the Feast of Unleavened Bread would not be burdensome. These are the holidays that the Most High gave to us. We would gladly keep them because these are our customs. Now, what you need to do is break out of the spirit of Easter, Christmas, and all them things there. Come out of Christianity. See? All right, Dream 714 say my Italian co-workers give me buns. I say thank you and throw it away. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you don't want to lose your work, you know. So, you see me? You take it and dash it away. Nothing wrong with taking it and dash it away. See, let me repeat that because the internet seemed like it chipped out a while ago. Nothing is wrong, Dream 714, with you taking it and throwing it in the garbage. Nothing wrong with that. But as long as you don't eat it, you're good. As long as you don't partake in the custom, because you see that Italian co-worker, that is his custom or her custom. To eat buns and to celebrate Easter, that is them. The Italians are the Romans. They are the ones that gave us Easter and Christmas. That is their custom. But that is not the custom of your foreparents, of the children of Israel. You understand? So, Jeremiah 7 and 18, I let you know that we bake these cakes to the Queen of Heaven, which is Ishtar or Easter. And the Most High did not like it. Let me continue to read. And to pour out drink offering unto other gods, right? So to the Queen of Heaven and other gods. See? That is what you do when you celebrate these holidays. That they may provoke me to anger. Let me repeat that. Celebrating Easter is provoking the Most High to anger. What does that mean? The Most High will punish you for that. You can't celebrate Easter. You can't celebrate Christmas. You must not. You understand? Do not celebrate Easter and do not celebrate Christmas. You're not going dead if you don't celebrate it. Don't celebrate it. And why would you celebrate the custom given to you by the slave master? That don't make no sense, you know. We should be trying to escape everything that the oppressor teaches us. Why do we, you know what I mean, gladly celebrate these holidays that the oppressor gives us? Why do we join the religion of the oppressor? And before you say, well, the Bible was given to us by the oppressor, the Bible was not given to us by the oppressor. The Bible was translated by a black man named King James so that poor people could read it. You understand? Because only rich people and people in power had the Bible once upon a time. King James sanctioned the translation of the Bible to English so that regular, everyday man and woman, black men and black women who live in Britain and Scotland at the time, which many of us are descendants of, see, could read the Bible. Eventually, they killed King James and enslaved King James people. And many of us were in West Africa, not being the regular, not being the native Africans, but the same people as King James, who are the Israelites. So these are the places that we were taken from and brought into slavery. Not just Africa, but Europe. See? But a black man named King James is the one who translated the King James version of the Bible, which was translated by his foreparents, the Jews, the Israelites, records. That is what he translated. That is the tradition that he wanted to continue. The tradition of the Israelites from thousands of years before. Of course, slavery cut we are from it, and the oppressor gave us Christianity. You understand? All right. I know me a rant on a little bit, but we are trying to get it for soaking a people's head. See? We don't want you to forget it. We want to give a complete explanation so that you get it and it lodges in your head. You understand? The same way like over time, Christmas was lodged into our heads because of the false teaching in the Christian church. We want this true teaching of our culture be lodged into your head so that you can teach your children. You understand? And even better, so that you can come to the I.S.U.P.K, join the school and be a part of this, so that you can teach your people on a whole and wake up our people. See, slavery put us in a deep, deep sleep as a people. asleep, a coma, I would say. Slavery put us in a coma, not even having a clue as to who we are. But if it wasn't for the Most High, we would not get back this truth. We would be looking at the Bible as something religious, not knowing that this was the history of our foreparents, and that is how bold the oppressor is. Holding up that Bible in the Christian church, not telling you that this is your history, not telling you that the people in it is black and that the Bible said they are black people. What them count on you to do is to just believe everything that they say without asking any questions. You understand? We will jump to the book of Jeremiah 44 and 19, and it says, and when we burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and poured out drink offering unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her and poured out drink offering unto her without our men? Meaning, we were celebrating Easter before it named Easter. And we were baking cakes and pouring out drink offering to the Queen of Heaven, which is Ishtar, Easter. See? Verse 20. Then Jeremiah said unto all the people, to the men and to the women and to all the people which had given him that answer, saying, verse 21, the incense that he burned in the cities of Judah and in the street of Jerusalem, ye and your fathers, your kings and your princes and the people of the land, did not the Lord remember them, and came it not into his mind? Right, so when you celebrate Easter and you pour out the drinks offering, which back then you would pour out drink offering to Ishtar, see, or Semiramis, which is the same Easter, see, and bake our cake, see, did not the Most High call that to mind, or won't the Most High call that to mind today? When you do the same thing by eating that Easter bun and cheese in celebration of Easter. Let me continue reading verse 22. So that the Lord could no longer bear because of the evil of your doings. The Most High consider it evil and him can't bear it. Him can't bear to watch you celebrate Easter and Christmas and Valentine's Day, New Year's, all the customs that him never give you to celebrate. The Most High want you to celebrate holy days, you know. He want you to have celebrations, but not the ones that the Edens give you. The ones that him give to you. Them him want you to celebrate. Him want you come together and have a feast. Yes? Yeah. Him want you come together and have a feast, but upon the day that him give you and to celebrate the holy days that him give to you. Not what the Edens give to you. Let me continue reading. And because of the abominations which ye have committed, and the Most High consider Easter to be abomination. Let me continue reading. Therefore your land, therefore is your land a desolation. That is why we are not in our land today. That is why we are in Jamaica, serving slavery here in Jamaica and in North, Central, and South America. That is the reason why, see, that is the reason why we are in slavery and we are not in our homeland. We are not in our homeland because we serve Easter, we serve all these idols. Let me continue reading. And an astonishment, we are an astonishment right now. See, and a curse, like this is no secret. We know that something wrong with our people. See, and the Bible, I let you know. We suffer curse because why? We celebrate Easter. And we are not just starting to do this from the time of Jeremiah and before we are do this. And this has always been the problem that the Most High are with us. See? Without an inhabitant as to this day, right? So not one person Not one Israelite is even in the land of Israel, except for those who probably go back. But you know what I mean? That is not the way to do it. Because we know how we are going to get out of this captivity, not by jumping on a plane. Because if you go over there to the land of Israel, you are still in oppression because it's the heathen that rule Israel today, or the nation, or the landmass. You understand? We know that it is the Most High that is going to put us back in our land. It is the Most High that took us out, and it is the Most High is going to put us back in. You understand? Now, let we jump over to, you know what I mean? We jump over to the book of Leviticus. See? And we're going to show you about, well, all right. So the Passover was April the 1st. You understand? You know what I mean? We have internet problems again. You know what I mean? Yeah, the internet will give some kind of trouble. Anyway, let me just continue. See? Now the Passover was April the 1st. And right after the Passover, we have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. See? So we are at the book of Leviticus chapter 23. Let us start at verse 1. See? This is the book of Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1. And it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. You understand? Holy days. See? Not holidays. Holy days. We know that the term holidays are a knockoff to the Most High holy days that he gave to us. And this is how disrespectful the heathens are. They did not give you these holy days after they enslaved you. Then give you holidays. It's basically a mockery. It's mocking us. You understand? It's a mockery. So you got holy days from the Most High and they gave you holidays. You are the Israelites. Them call themselves Israelis. See? It's mockery. Let me continue reading. Even these are my feasts. Right. So the Most High make you know, say, yo, he gave us holy days or holy convocations. You understand? Verse 3. 6 days shall work be done. And this is right after the Passover. Right? So right after the Passover, which was Saturday gone, now you have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. See? 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest in the holy convocation. Ye shall do not, so like this is talking about the Sabbath. Ye shall do not work therein, or no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. So Sabbath really means rest. So now the Feast of Unleavened Bread would also be a Sabbath. See? But of course, you know that the 7th day of every week is a Sabbath. From Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. See? No servile work means no slavery. You understand? No 9 to 5. You take that day off. If your boss, and the Sabbath is really for the rich of our people to give the poor a day off, because the Sabbath is a day where you can do whatever you want, but no servile work. It means you are not allowed to serve anybody on that day. But if your boss has forced you to work, you can't do nothing about that. Yeah, Cecilia, greetings. Yeah, man, shalom. Yeah, man, I know say the internet move away, man. This them always do this when it comes to us waking up our people, you know. But we just go and teach, we just go on with the class same way. And probably the same thing I go on over YouTube same way. We don't know, but you know what I mean? We just go through as best as we can. See? So it said, these are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocation, see, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons, right? So the holy days that the Most High gave us is by seasons. This is the time of spring. This is the new year. See? This April, the beginning of spring is the new year, not January the 1st. Spring is when the new year starts. And during the new year is when the Passover, 14 days into the new year, is the Passover. And this year it's April the 1st. You understand? Which was Saturday gone. See, let me continue reading. In the 14th day of the first month, at even, is the Lord's Passover. Right? This is what the Most High gave to us. This is his holy day. Not no Easter. The only question is, for brothers and sisters who think that, well, it don't make a difference if we're learning at the Christian church or not. Do they celebrate the Passover in the Christmas church, the Christian church? Might as well call them the Christmas church. Do they celebrate the Passover in the Christian church? No. But the Most High gave us Passover. No. A lot of us like to say, well, the Seventh-day Adventist church keep the Sabbath. No other church keep the Sabbath, so the Seventh-day Adventist church is good. The Seventh-day Adventist church is no different because the Seventh-day Adventist church don't celebrate the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Feast of Purim and the Feast of Tabernacles and the, you know what I mean, the Day of Atonement. All these holy days that the Most High gave to us, the Seventh-day Adventist church do not celebrate. You understand? They are no different. It's like they are trying to be unique from all the other churches. See? So they say, well, we keep the Sabbath. See, we are the great church. We are the one with the truth. But then break every other commandment or every other law. You understand? By not celebrating these holy days. See? Let me continue reading. And even if they did celebrate these holy days, because we realize that the Christian church is now adopting, you know what I mean, commanding General YAHANNA's teaching from the I.S.U.P.K. It doesn't make a difference. As me say, you can't take a load of crap and turn it in a plate of food. You can't drink from the cup of devils and drink from the cup of the Most High at the same time. I'm paraphrasing. It don't go hand in hand. You can't put old wine into new or new wine into old bottle. So the Christian church have to be done away with. The Rastafarians like to say, well, them teach the Bible. You have some new, like me always say, the musicians are the Rastafarian leaders. Now you have this young brother coming out now as he's this champion of Rastafariism, correcting all the ills, because Rastafariism has been taking a beating for the past couple of months because Coffee and them are blatant LGBT and they embrace her. Sizzla Kalonji do video with LGBT. You know what I mean? Them low up. So now you have this young Rasta youth now claiming that he might go fix things, and he's talking about the Bible. Well, you can't put old wine in a new wine in an old bottle. Rastafariism have to go. You can't tell the children of Israel that them worship Selassie. It is the Most High that have exposed the Rastafari community. And the Most High do it, you can't fix it. What you are going to do is just fall to the sword of the Most High too. Most High will expose you too. You understand? That is what's going to happen, because the ship is going down. And if you decide you're going to go down with the ship, you're going to go down with the ship. But what I would advise any Rastafarian and any Christians to do is to find the I.S.U.P.K. We live in this is the most serious time on the face of the earth. You understand? There has never been a time like this. And there will never be a time like this. You don't see nothing yet. Christianity can't save nobody in them time. Yeah. It never did, and it definitely not gonna do that in this time. Rastafariism, no different. Time for to leave out of them religion there. Yeah, a long time. Hey, a long time commanding General YAHANNA warn our people, you know. A long time, you know, man. But the pride of our people and them so stuck in them ways, you're going to find a lot of them now going to leave out of these religions till it's too late. Being a part of these religions is being a part of the abominations that the Most High say him hate. And being a part of these religions means that you are at war with the Most High and you can't win. Can't win. See? Yeah, our shy, our black king, the Most High going to send him for wage war with the oppressor. See? It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. The same Bible where we all like to claim we know. See? It's in that Bible. Right? And he's coming to execute judgment on the Christian church and Rastafariism and all of these religions and also the oppressor. All right, so Oscar Lyrical say, him say, yeah, TikTok me depon. We depon TikTok too. You know what I mean? Yeah, we depon TikTok here. All right, let me continue. So it says, and on the 15th day of the same month, so the 14th day is the Passover. Now the 15th day, see? And on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Right? See? So now right after the Passover, we are now in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So what is the Feast of Unleavened Bread? It's the memorial of us when we came out of Egypt. We had nothing else to eat but the unleavened bread. What is unleavened bread? Bread without baking powder in it. Fritters, dumpling. And like when I showed you earlier, we have a specific way how we create our unleavened bread. But in general, unleavened bread is just flour and water. You can add other things to it if you so wish. See? But it's just flour, water. That's all right. The definition of unleavened bread is just flour and water. Of course, we not just put flour and water and eat it. We put more things in it. But what cannot be in it is leavening agents like baking powder, things that make it rise. You know, like how the bread in the supermarket is, it rise. That is leavening. It make it rise. It make it swell. You can't put that in it. Why? Is leaven bad? No, leaven is not bad. Leaven is not bad. You can eat leavened bread or regular bread any other time, but not during the Passover and not during the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is, the Passover is 1 day, the Feast of Unleavened Bread is 7 additional days. So for a whole week and 1 day, to commemorate and remember when the Most High took us out of the land of Egypt, we eat unleavened bread for those days. Not it alone, you can't eat food, you just can't eat regular bread. That is an unclean food. That is the only thing that is forbidden. You can't eat some curry chicken. You can't eat some rice. You can't eat some food. But throughout the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you have to eat or eat some unleavened bread to commemorate. You understand? It don't mean say for the whole day you go eat unleavened bread. No. Eat some and then go back to eating your dumpling or your chicken back or your curry goat and your chicken and whatever you normally eat. The only thing you're not supposed to eat is leavened bread. Slakia, leavened breads. Anything with leaven agents in it. And the unclean foods them where you're not supposed to eat to begin with. Like crab, lobster, pork, and them things. Them things are forever unlawful. But on this specific day, leavened bread, regular bread is unlawful. See? On these 8 days. Let me continue reading. I hope I explain it as good as we can. No, if you want the proper breakdown and the proper understanding, you just come a class and learn it. See? Verse 6. And in the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. Right. Unto the Lord. See? This is the Most High's holy days. See? 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. So you eat for 7 days unleavened bread. Fry some fritters. Don't put no baking powder in it. Take every leavening agent out of your house. All right, let me backtrack a bit. So the Passover was Saturday. Sunday, which is day before yesterday, the Feast of Unleavened Bread started. So we know everybody watching right now probably break the unleavened feast already. We know you break it. Then we know you eat your cocoa bread, your patty and your cocoa. Patty not unlawful, you know, because patty is unleavened. But the cocoa bread is leavened. And we know you eat some cocoa bread with your patty since week start. But this is to make you know so that going forward, whenever is the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you don't make the same mistake. That's why we say tune into the I.S.U.P.K. so you know when is the holy days. Not knowing, as I said, don't mean you are not guilty of breaking them. The Most High send the prophets them to educate the people them. You understand? And that is what the I.S.U.P.K. and the command in general and do. Let me continue reading. See in verse 7. And the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. So now the first day of, you know what I mean, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you have a holy get together. You get together, it's a feast day. The first day is a feast day. So you eat some unleavened bread, you know what I mean, and thing, and then you have a feast. No, you can't do that by yourself. You can't somewhere in the back part of some community, somewhere, decide say you're going to do that by your own. You have to come here where the brothers and sisters are doing it the correct way. You do it out there, more likely you're going to do something wrong and it no matter anyway. You see, it no matter that you do it because you break it anyway, because you did something wrong. You understand? So that's why we implore you, come to the U.P.K, left out of the Christian church, because guess what you do? In the Christian church, you have communion and on the partaking of the communion. Why not come to the I.S.U.P.K instead and partake in the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread? No, now that you know that it's the right way. And another thing that the Christian church do with that communion thing, there's no communion in the Bible. Christ was celebrating the Passover. When Christ and his disciple went up into the upper chambers or the upper room, they were celebrating the Passover. Him say, I take this bread. This bread is my body which will be broken for you. Eat this bread. The Christian church give some little biscuit, some little flat sitting. This the bread that Christ was talking about is the unleavened bread that was being that was given to us by the Most High to eat, or the Most High told us to eat the unleavened bread. Christ break the unleavened bread and him pass it and them all eat it and him drink the wine. Him say, this wine is my blood. It don't literally means that you are drinking blood. Let me repeat that because we know the internet chip out a while ago. See? Let me repeat. Type I.S.U.P.K Jamaica on TikTok. The internet bad over there too, so you know what I mean? It got chip out, so you know what I mean? But go over there, you will see what go on over there. You might have the same problem what you have right now. See? Yeah, but I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. Just type in I.S.U.P.K Jamaica. See? We see that some people are still here on TikTok. See? They might be here with the internet. See? All right. So, yeah. So, Christ was keeping the Passover. When Christ tell him disciples to, you know what I mean? When them see a donkey tie up and them supposed to, you know what I mean, find the man, tell the man in the city, I'm paraphrasing, that your master want the room to keep the Passover. And them find the donkey or the mule, see, and them find the man, and the man say, why are you untying the mule? Them say, well, our master, you know what I mean, tell us to do it. And him say the man who own it is supposed to ask him for the room where he can keep the Passover. Christ kept the Passover. Christ never kept no communion and no Easter. You understand? Let me repeat that again. Christ kept the Passover and not no communion. He not keep no communion nor no Easter. See? Let me continue reading. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Servile work mean a job, like a slavery. You know what I mean? A 9 to 5. See? No, don't serve. That is what a servile work is, like your job. The work where you go upon. See? Yeah, man. It's a holy day. It's a day off. It's a day for get together, you know what I mean, with your people and celebrate, enjoy yourself. See? Easter, they might get ready. During the time of Easter, they might get ready for do what? For celebrate. But them might do it on the left-hand side. See? They might do that on the left-hand side. And what happened during the time of Easter? School get holiday. Let me repeat that again because the internet just chip out again. See? During the time of Easter, what them do? Them celebrate. See? But on the left-hand side, they might do it wrong because Easter is not of the Most High. But what them do? Them school is out for 2 weeks. During the time of Christmas, school is out for 2 weeks. Them call it holiday. See? Well, the Feast of Unleavened Bread is a holy day, or days that you take off from work and school and all them things there. Well, you don't necessarily have to stop school still. Because going to school is not servile work, but your job. You understand? Your 9 to 5, that is servile work because you're serving somebody. That is servile work. See? So you take these days are breaks. Where you enjoy yourself, do what the Most High say for do. That would have been our custom had we not been in slavery over here. So slavery is the reason why you celebrate Easter and not the Passover. You understand? Verse 9, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 10, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of first fruit of your harvest unto the priest. Now it are going to the rest of holy days there. The rest of you have, you know what I mean, some holy days that the Most High gave to us. Today, your oppressors give you some holidays. But the meaning of these holidays has nothing to do with us. But these holy days that the Most High gave to us have to do with us. So that is why you should keep them. And it is the Most High command us to keep them. See? All right. Let me jump to Exodus now. Remember again, tap up the screen. We know the internet kind of, you know what I mean, set away. See? But now I'm going to read the whole of this. I go just, you know what I mean? I go read part of it. See? Now the Passover, this is the Passover. See? Exodus chapter 12, 1 and verse 1, and it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, this month shall be unto you the beginning of month. It shall be the first month of the year. Right. So the Most High tell us when was the first day of the year. All right. So for people who claims that, you know what I mean, God not real, and if God real, why the world turn upside down, and why him not tell with this and why him not tell? God tell you everything. every single thing what we need to know the Most High gave us. Everything. He even go as far as to tell us which month of the year. The internet chip out. Let me repeat that when it come back here. See? The Most High go as far as to even give us the beginning of the year. You understand? That is how far the Most High went. That is how much detail the Most High gave to us. You understand? Let me continue reading. So it said, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year. Talking about the time of spring. See? Verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of the month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Right. So why this was happening is because we were in Egypt under the Africans, the Egyptians. We were in slavery, and the Most High was plaguing the Egyptians because they did not want to let us go. See, the Most High sent Moses to tell Pharaoh, which is the Egyptian king, to let his people go. See, the Egyptians never want to let us go, so the Most High plagued the Egyptians. They got boils, all sorts of sores, fire fall from heaven, burn up them crops, kill off them livestock. See, frogs, flies, terrible sight. I mean, it would have been an horror movie if we could recall what happened. Of course, we were there, but we don't remember because we are in this life, not that life right now. See? We don't remember, but just think about that. That would be a horror. Just think about America being plagued with flies, frogs, fire from heaven. At one point, you know, the Most High make a darkness come upon Egypt. So dark that you could feel the darkness. That is what the Bible said. A man could see him and in front of him. Darkness. And that you call darkness. Like some man like to say, yo, darkness, you know. That you call darkness. Yo, that would be, and no darkness never over the Israelite side, you know. Where we live, there was no darkness. So just imagine looking over to the Egyptian side and see be darkness. You can't see over there. But over your side, light. Yeah, man. Yeah, so the Most High was plaguing the Egyptians. Similar to how America is being plagued today, but of course, America not start get plagued yet. See? So, the Most High was plaguing the Egyptians, right? And he was about to bring one last plague upon Egypt. And this plague was him killing the firstborn of all the Egyptians. From the Egyptian men, see, from the people to the animals, him kill the firstborn. But before that would happen, the Most High tell us to kill a lamb, right? Let me read it again, verse 4. And if the household to Slakia, verse 3, speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. Verse 4. And if the house be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Right. So if the house too little for the lamb, then share the lamb with the neighbor. You know what I mean? Verse 5, your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat. Right? So a sheep or a goat, lamb. See? Verse 6, and ye shall keep it upon all the slakia, and ye shall keep it up unto the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. So get that lamb from the 10th day, saying keep that lamb. And the 14th day now, you kill the lamb, saying, and this is the Passover meat or lamb, right? Verse 7. And they shall take off the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. Right. So every house have a lamb, kill the lamb, and the blood you put on the door posts and the side posts, the door post and the top post. Right? It's going to tell you why. See? Of course, we don't do that today. See? We don't put the blood on the doorpost of our houses. See? Let me continue reading. Verse 8, and they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire. Right, roast it. You're not going to curry down this lamb or this goat. See? Which the Bible call a young, we call it kid, but it call it lamb in this case. You know what I mean? So the young kid or the young goat or the young lamb, I mean, see? You're not going to pressure cook it. You're not going to boil it. You're going to roast it. You're going to jerk it. You understand? I'll put it on a grill. This is where barbecue and jerk come from. These are our people. We do them things. We are the people who barbecue and jerk. See? And we them get that. Any other nation that does it, and we then get it from. See? Let me continue reading. See? And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire. So roast it, like, jerk it. See? And unleavened bread. Right. Bread without baking powder. See? And with bitter herbs, they shall eat it, and bitter herbs. You know what I mean? Bitter herbs is seasoning. Bitter herbs is onion, scallion. You know what I mean? Of course, we have our own recipe as to what we use in the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I mean? That's why you need to tune into the I.S. Make sure you're locked in. You want to know what the Bible is talking about? Lock in with the I.S.U.P.K. Lock in. Even better than locking in, come join the UPK. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait till it's too late. See? Verse 9. Eat none of it raw. Right? Why him say don't eat it raw? Because we know the oppressor like for undercooked food and things. That is not our custom. Don't eat it raw. See? Nor sodden at all with water, meaning don't boil it down, don't stew the lamb. Don't sodden it with water, but roast with fire. His head with his legs and with the pertinence thereof. Right? Roast it. You know what I mean? Verse 10. And he shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. See? And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. Right? So this was the instruction at this time. Now we keep in remembrance of this, like what the Bible said. We rehearse the righteous acts. You understand? We rehearse the righteous acts by keeping the Passover. See? And that is what we did. April the 1st gone. You understand? And we will get some pictures on the screen. You know what I mean? We'll get that up on the screen. Cue up that so you can see. You know what I mean? What it was like with the UPK celebrating Passover. See? So we're going to queue up that at the end of the class. We're going to just show you some footage, some Passover footage. You know what I mean? 1 second. Let me find it quick and fast. Because class almost finished. So we want to queue it up. See? All right. 1 second. Yeah, this good enough. Well, 1 second. Again, remember, tap up the screen, share, you know what I mean? You know the thing already. This is I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica under commanding General YAHANNA. See? So let's see what I go with the Passover and thing, and how we celebrate the Passover. You know what I mean? It's a glorious gathering, you know? Yeah, man. 1 second. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just put it on the screen, make it go and play out. Meanwhile, I finish reading up them scripture. You know what I mean? You understand? All right, tell you what, I'm going to just finish read and then just head over to it. So you can see what I go on. All right, let me just continue reading. See? Verse 11, and thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, and your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. Of course, we did not eat the Passover in haste. But at this time, which this was the time when the Passover, this was the meaning of the Passover, this was the event that took place that now caused us to celebrate the Passover. Then we had to eat it in haste because we were now leaving out of captivity. The Most High was killing the Egyptians, and now we had to flee out of Egypt. You understand? So now we had to eat it in haste because we don't want to stay. We not stay there. So see, with lines girded, with sword pan, with hip, prepare for anything. Eat it quick. Eat the feast quick and ready for anything. Can move where I move now. You understand? Yeah. All right, let me scroll down. All right. Verse 12, and I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and shall smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. Verse 13, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over. That is the third, that is where the word pass over come from. Pass over. Why? Because when the Most High angel come and he's getting ready to kill these Egyptians, he will look at the houses and he will see the blood on the side posts, and he will not go into the house that have the side the blood on the post. See, he will pass over those houses. You know what I mean? That is why it's called Passover. See? That is when the Most High punish our enemies. You understand? Let me continue reading. I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. So that is the meaning of the Passover. Again, we said the Passover was April the 1st, Saturday gone. We are currently in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? Which is an additional 7 days that we eat unleavened bread. Unleavened bread is basically just flour and water. Of course, you know what I mean? You can put other ingredients in it except leaven. What is leaven? Leaven is yeast or baking powder. Anything that causes bread to rise. See? So no leaven, no yeast, no baking powder. So fried fritters is unleavened bread. You can eat that. You know what I mean? But we just make you know so that next Passover, next Feast of Unleavened Bread, you make sure so you're in tune and know what to do. And guess what? The perfect thing to do is to make sure so you're locked in with the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? All right, let me continue reading. Verse 14. See? And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. You understand? You know what I mean? Forever not done yet. We're still in forever. I mean, forever can't done. So it don't matter which, you know what I mean, which year or which millennium, which time you are in history from, you are the children of Israel. You have to celebrate the Passover. See? All right. So now the Most High did all of this, him destroy the Egyptians, kill all the Egyptians firstborn, you know what I mean? And we were freed from the land of Egypt under slavery. You understand? Of course, we know that something similar will take place soon. You know what I mean? We can't get a date. We just know, say, yeah, this Egypt is now falling. This Egypt is crumbling. You understand? World War III is right. I mean, we are in World War III, you know. This is World War III. See? Nuclear destruction is forwarding. You know, the Christian pastor not telling nothing about that. That in our Bible. See? You know, learn about that in the Christian church. You understand? But that is coming. That is what this Russia-Ukraine thing is all about. I mean, anybody and their mother would have known say World War III are forward. Look on TikTok. If you're on TikTok or scroll, you would know. But what your Christian pastor say about that? Let me tell you what your Christian pastor do. Your Christian pastor is praying for peace. Your Christian pastor is praying for peace. You know why? He not really want Jesus come back, you know. The Christian pastor, he no want Jesus come back. He want everything go good with Babylon so that he can continue making money. Your Christian pastor is not praying for World War III and nuclear destruction. You know what I mean? So that, you know, your enemies, your oppressor can be destroyed and his kingdom can crumble. The Christian pastor, that is not in their best interest. The prosperity of America, Babylon, is in the best interest of your Christian pastor. So what your Christian pastor say in your church? Him say, all of this that you see is going on is Satan. Him say the war and all them things that you see are going with Ukraine, he must say Satan. Somebody tell me if I lie, me I tell. Your Christian pastor nowadays I teach, and this is strange. Your Christian pastor teach that COVID was from Satan. COVID-19. Your Christian pastor is not a conspiracy theorist, you know. Some Christian pastors say COVID-19 was man-made. Like scrolling through the internet and basically creating them doctrine of what them see on the internet. See? Your Christian pastor is saying COVID-19 is man-made and this war between Russia and Ukraine is Satan. Well, the Bible says something different. The Bible says the Most High will send plagues, COVID-19, monkeypox, the bird flu that is killing birds and mammals today by the thousands. The same bird flu that is now, you know what I mean, making, well, they fear that the same bird flu will make an animal to human transition. Now you have the fungal virus we are going around. There's so many plagues now, you know, enough, you know. They are just not mainstream because COVID-19 set the bar right, you know, where if it now dominate the earth like COVID-19, you don't hear about it. The hot story right now is Russia and Ukraine and Donald Trump. You don't hear about the bird flu. You don't hear how much billions of birds and chickens and why yet, all right. Who know about the rise of eggs, the rise of egg prices in the United States recently, and it's still high, it's still up there. It not come down. Who know about that? If you hear about the raising of egg price in the United States, that is because of bird flu. Bird flu, them have to destroy billions of eggs and kill billions of chickens because bird flu infect the birds, the chicken them and the eggs. But nobody now talk about a plague. I mean, plagues don't necessarily mean it will kill human alone, you know. Plagues can be animals, just like when, you know what I mean, the Most High fall down, send the locusts to kill off the plants or himself heal from the heavens to kill the animals, them, the livestock. These are plagues. Let me tell you about another plague. Nuclear destruction is also a plague. You understand? There's so many plagues going on right now. You just not hear about it. You not hear about it. You not pay it no mind. But your Christian pastor will let you know that is man-made and World War III rumors that is from Satan. God don't want World War III to be fought. God has sent God is the one that is stirring up Russia. I will brought that out in a class and tell you where the Bible said that. God is the Most High, is the one stirring up the war between Russia and Ukraine. And it can't quell. You will never live to see that war quell. It is going to escalate, and then there's going to be nuclear destruction. Remember that the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general, and I tell you that. And when it happens, you know who to come find. You know when it happens, you know now that you should leave out of the Christian church, and we wouldn't advise you to wait till it happens. We don't advise you to wait. But when it happens, it's confirmation who have the truth, because it is only the I.S.U.P.K and this is it's weird, you know. It's only the I.S.U.P.K and the commanding general and I'm telling you about World War III. I'm telling you that it's biblical. We don't see these fake Hebrew Israelites doing that. These fake Hebrew Israelites, they are not telling you that World War III is part of, you know what I mean, the destruction to come. You understand? It's only the I.S.U.P.K. And if they are saying it, they learn it from the I.S.U.P.K. because all these fake Hebrew Israelites came from out of the I.S.U.P.K. because them stubborn and don't want to follow others. But remember, we told you, see, World War III is inevitable. It is going to happen. Don't wait, you know. But when it happens, when you see these nuclear bombs start dropping, just know that, well, I wouldn't wait till that happening, because when nuclear bombs start dropping out, done everything done, you know. You understand? You not have much survivors after that. See? Because there's no such thing as one nuclear bomb being dropped. The first country that blasts off nuclear bomb will do it in such a way that the other country can't retaliate. But guess what the problem? The country that they are attacking already have the system set up that when these bombs are coming, regardless, for them won't automatically launch. All of them will be spent at once. At least the tactical ones. The strategic ones, not the tactical. We don't know about the tactical. The tactical ones are smaller nuclear bombs that they might just use one half. But if you hear say Russia fire nuclear weapon off of America, just know that every way that is supposed to get it, I go get it. America won't go automatically fire. China won't. China now go wait and look, you know. England now go wait and see, you know. France now go wait and see. France now go say, let me wait and see if I made them fire this offer. Nobody now go wait. The first man will fire it, him have the advantage. He's going to hope that Fim won't lick them before them realize, and that's impossible. That's impossible. So when him fire off that, for them won't have fire off automatically, and everybody just going to get wiped out. That's going to happen. Blink of an eye. It now going to happen like what you see in Ukraine. You now go see what you see in Ukraine where bombs are fire and then return fire. No such thing. All of them at once. Boom, boom, boom. Whole place. You just wake up and you can't go up on TikTok and you can't go up on YouTube. Internet mash up. Nothing no real again. None of them things exist. Internet done. Internet done. No TV, no radio, no nothing. And if who knows if Jamaica might get it? Who knows what kind of military, you know what I mean, situation these other nations set up in a Jamaica where you don't know about? Who know if China already bring nuclear bombs to Jamaica to attack US? Or have troops in Jamaica? Who know if Russia have bombs in Cuba? You see? Or have troops in Cuba? You don't know which part I will get it. You don't know. So you can't really say Jamaica now will get licked. But one thing you want to know, you want to know say you're in the UPK. You want to know say you're in the body of Christ. Because that is the only place where you can certain know that you will be protected. You understand? Only place. Your Christian church, no matter how much miracle you think your Christian pastor, you know what I mean, perform, you know. When them things they start going, you know, when things hit the fan in a road, boy, your Christian pastor will run left the whole line, you know. Your Christian pastor now go give you a plate of food, you know. Your Christian pastor will find somewhere run to. Because you know why you go want answers and him not gonna have it for you. Like how him not tell you say, yo, this nuclear war that is coming is from the Most High. Him not tell you. See him like how him never have no answer to give you about the COVID-19. The Christian pastor never tell you about the COVID-19. Commanding General YAHANNA has always been telling you that plagues are going forward. Plagues. That's all we talk about. Plagues, World War III, keep the Most High laws, don't celebrate Christmas. That's all the I.S.U.P.K talk about. We sound like broken records. Keep the Most High laws, plagues, World War III from 1969. That's all we've been talking about. All when there was peace on earth, when there was no signs of war going on, when Russia and America was good. Because there was a time, you know, when Russia and America was good, you know. The I.S.U.P.K has always been saying, Russia is going to enter the war. China, all when America and them good. Nothing no change. I see him think, I am just repeating what Commanding General YAHANNA has been saying. Even when there was no sign of plagues, no sign of any kind of plagues, we have always been saying the same thing. Where Christian pastor has been saying. Christian pastor has been always telling you to pay your tithes. You understand? To build up the temple, to build in church, to sow a seed. Once upon a time, you used to hear the Christian pastors talking about Jesus coming. You know, hear that again. Then nobody want him come. I would understand why they don't want him come, because the I.S.U.P.K is now letting the world know that when Christ come, the Christian pastor, they might get the edge of his sword. They might get destroyed. Them not going in no kingdom of heaven. You don't feel like them Christian pastors are looking to where we are saying. You don't believe that these Christian pastors are looking into what Commanding General YAHANNA is saying. They are looking into it. And when them see it, and them see, woe unto the pastors that lead my people astray in the Bible, it start connecting at them head. You feel like them business boy you no more. Them no business boy you no more. Them a try make as much money as them can, because enough of them realize, and many of them were already scammers. Many of them were already scammers. But now I say you don't have Christian pastors who sincerely are teaching lie. You know? You have pastors who sincerely believe that Christianity is the right way to go. See? But many of them was already scammers. And now that the truth is out now, see? You can imagine the ones them were sincerely, you know what I mean, did I teach them Christianity because them think Christianity was the way to go. See? Them probably, in their mind, you know, I live in denial, I teach, I try, you know what I mean, convince themselves that Christianity is doing something for the Most High. Them probably don't know which direction to go right now because them too proud for left the Christianity and come join commanding General YAHANNA. So what them do? Them continue to lead you astray. You understand? Them continue teaching them lies, knowing that it's lie. And you bear the burden for that. Because you still follow them after hope and faith. Say your hope say them a teach you the truth, but them don't know what them a do. Them don't know what them a do. Them don't know, just like you, they don't know which direction to go. But they will continue teaching you the lie so that them can continue feed themselves. You understand? We will cut it right as so still. See, remember, tap up the screen, share. If you have questions, just leave it in the comments. You know what I mean? This is I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica under commanding General YAHANNA. See? And we're currently in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. See? And with that, we are going to head to the security announcements. All right? All right, these are the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. Where the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you like to give. So if you want to support the truth, go to ISUPK144.com, you know what I mean, and pay your tithes and, you know what I mean, give your donation over there. Support the priests and prophets in the ISUPK under commanding General. All right? Upcoming Holy Convocation. All right, so we are in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? So that is what we are in right now. You know what I mean? Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Slack and so on for ISUPK events and materials. ISUPK144.com. See? If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we say I Mariam, which means to stand. Sarwapanya Akwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa, Shabashamaya, Kwadash, Aya, Shamka, Yahawa, Malakwatka, Taba'a, Patazaka, Aya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Aya, Washamayam, Nafalanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaklanawa, Kawabwatnawa, Kasalatnawa, Kawabwatianawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Anawa, Panasayawan, Abal, Awashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wa'ala, Wa'ataparat, La'awalamim. Amen. In English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever so be it. Amen. All right, this is the prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishments and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations, and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, Rastafarianism, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathens that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that has done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh, thank you always, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh, Babakosha, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Larapa'a, Kalmakala, Wakal Manawa, Hakak, Lata'ar, Amatazarayam, Hakak, La Akwayam, Amafiam, Hakak, Irakawat, Atama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'asham Yahweh, Tawara Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh, thank you, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the blessings to bless Israel. Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh, Barak Lanawa, Yasharala, Wa'a, Yatapariam, Barak, Rapa'a, Magan, Hagan, Commanding General YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the young men and the sisters, Ba'asham Yahweh, Tubara Aman. In English, we said, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Jesus. Thank you, so be it. All right, sorry, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.M.A.D.U.M. Shabbat, I.M.A.D.U.M. Barak, Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Barakatham. Yadamata, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, I.M.A.D.U.M. Shabbat, I.M.A.D.U.M. Barak, Yahweh Shamar, Alatham, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai. Yadamata, class dismissed. All right, so for those who might want to see how the UPK celebrate the Passover, I'm going to play like about 5 minutes clippings. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So this was the Passover. See?
Come, Kanawapa, Shapayom, Shanya, Aishar, Nayom, Salaf, Ahaya, Yana, Kamatazam, Apa Yana, Okawaryam, La Yahweh. Verse 18. Wakarapam, Al Hakawam, Shaba Aifa, Kabasham, Tamayam, Banya, Shana, Aparaban, Bakwar, Akad, Aliyam, Shanyam, Yahweh, Yahayawa, Ayla, La Yahweh, Wamanakatham, Wanasa, Yaham, Asha, Rayak, Mayakak, La Yahweh. Verse 19. Wa Aisha, Yatham, Shai, Shayar, Isayam, Akad, Lakatata, Washanya, Kabash, Kabashim, Banya, Shanan, Lazabak, Shalamim. Verse 20. Wakanayak, Akahan, Atham, Lalakam, Habakawaryam, Unawapa, Lapanya, Yahweh, Al Shanya, Kabashim, Wadash, Yahayawa, La Yahweh, Lakan, Lakahan. Verse 21. Wakoratham, Ba'itazam, Ayawam, Hazaha, Makora, Wadash, Yayaha, Lakam, Kawa, Mala Akbar, Ibad A, La'a, Lasha Aishawa, Ka. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, beginning with verse 15 in the English. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Verse 16. Even unto the morrow after the Sabbath, even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath, shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering to the Lord. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits unto the Lord. Verse 18. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock, and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Most High, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire, of sweet savor unto the Most High. Verse 19. Then you shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offering. Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them before the bread, wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Most High. With the 2 lambs, they shall be holy unto the Most High for the priest. Verse 21. And ye shall proclaim it on the selfsame day, that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
Let me tell you why that verses that he just read is so heavy. Because once again, you had to make a sacrifice. You had to not think about yourself. You had to think about everybody else. You had to feed them priests. You fed those priests. You fed and clothed and housed those priests with your sacrifice. The Lord destroys vanity, man. He said that's one of the things that he hates. This world loves vanity. That's why this world wants you sisters to be naked. They want you to be confused about sexuality. The same with brothers. When the Lord gave us a way to humble ourselves. And you know why this is so important, what I'm reading here? Because we all broke these laws and left these laws. And so by right, all of us deserve to die. But the Lord, being most merciful, gave us our holy King Yahushua to deliver us from this evil place, man. And we should stand on it, man. To this day, we should stand on it. We don't sacrifice animals no more. Now our king went on that cross so that we could be redeemed back to him. It's a lie being taught that Christ died for all people, which is why this philosophy of all of us coming together is pushed all over the world. When the truth of the matter is, the harder you try to come together with those that would destroy you, the worse your life becomes. Look at our people in the ghetto. How could anybody be mad at us? You call us a terrorist group. Shame on you. And in North Carolina at that, with 50 square mile plantations. All right, Macho, it's just for us. Fourth man, present thyself and thy registry.
Swapiala, Ban Banyamyan, Banyashala.
Swapiala, Ban Banyamyan, Banyashala.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Brakatah. I love to see the discipline of the young men in the UPK. Are they amazing or what?
That's right.
This society has decided what we would be. But guess what? We refuse that. We'll pass on that position. We'll take the position the Lord gave us. The holy people of the Lord. The people that study God's word. The people that walk in his laws, statutes, and commandments. The people that believe in the kingdom of heaven, man. Yeshabi. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and starting from verse 22. Waba kwatazarakam ata kwatazayara aratazakam la'a takala pa sadak bakwa tazarak walakwat kwatazaraka la'a talakwat la'ainaya ayagaga ta'aizab atham anya Yahweh al lahayakam sa wayadaba Yahweh al masha lahama dabara al banya yashala lama bakadash ashabia ya bakad lakadash ya yaha lakam shabatawan dakarwan tarawai makarwa kal malakat ibadah la'a ta'a shawa waha korabaham asha la Yahweh sa wayadaba Yahweh al masha la'ama. Verse 27. Bayashawan lakadash ashabia azaha yawam akaparium awa makwara wadash yahaya lakam wa aina yatham atha napa shatayakam wa korabatham la'a la Yahweh salaki wakal malak la'a ayashawa aitazam azawam azaha kaya yawam kaparium awa lakapara ay layakam lapanya Yahweh al lahakam. In the English, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 22. And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any cleaning of thy harvest.
Let me say something again. Salah. Yeah. Let me say
Something again. The Most High is most amazing, man. How many of y'all been to a major city in the United States? How many of you have been to a major city in the United States? Raise your hand. That's most of you. I'm sure each and every one of you saw how much homeless people are in these major cities, have you not? Once again, the Lord is wonderful and merciful and mighty and deadly to the other nations that come up against his. Because the Lord, when setting us in our land, told us to leave the corners of that land for the poor. That's what the brother's reading now. And he told us, if you drop any of what you are harvesting, leave it on the ground. Let it fall. Don't pick it back up. Leave it for the poor. The Lord cared about his nation. America is the richest empire in the world. You go to any major city and you see people living in garbage cans with all the wealth and power in this kingdom. You know why? Because this kingdom is wrought with vanity, wrought with selfishness and greed and carnality. But you calling us names. But you call us names and you tell us you got to get your act together and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, look around you. Look around you. This is pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. You watching it happen before your eyes, slave master.
Thou shalt not leave them, Salakia. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month of the 1st day of the month shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of the blowing of trumpets and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and utter an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall do no work that same day, for it is the day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
Which was another opportunity for us to be forgiven by our Father in heaven, to be forgiven for our mistakes and our sins, which now YAHANNA died for, and we have a chance to rebuild our kingdom, man. How dare anybody try to defame us for doing the right thing? Everybody, the man on the other side can call himself a Jew, but you can't call yourself a Jew. Look what happened to Kanye West for calling himself a Jew. Look what happens every day when we walk out here and claim our identity. You can be a Muslim, a Christian, a Hare Krishna, or whatever. But if you claim to be the lost 12 tribes of Israel, they got a problem with that. They got a problem with that. Oh, it's on me. I march it for us again.
Yes, sir.
Fifth man, present thy Salah. Go ahead, Aki. Fifth man, present thyself and thy registry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Say it again.
Yatasa, Banoya, Banyasha'ala.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakatham.
It's fine.
You shut up. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 29 in the Hebrew. Hayakar, Hanapash, Ashar, La'ah, Ta'aina, Ba'aitasam, Hayawam, Haza'ah, Wanakawatha, Ma'aimaya, verse 30. Wakar, Hanapash, Ashar, Ta'ashah, Ka, Malakar, Ba'aitasam, Hayawam, Hazah, Wahabadatha, Hanapash, Hawa'ah, Makopal, Aimam, verse 31. Ka, Malakar, La'ah, Ta'aisha, Kakwa, Iwalam, Nadarath Yakam, Bakar, Mashabath Yakam, verse 32. Shabath, Shabathawam, Hawa'ah, Lakam, Wa'aina Yum, Wa'aina Yatham, Napashath Yakam, Batashaiha, Nakadash, Ba'irab, Ba'irab, Irab, Tashabath, Washabath Kam, Pa, verse 33. Bayadabar, Yahweh, Mashala, Amar, 34. Dabar, Banayah, Yasharala, La'amar, Banakasha, Aishara, Yawam, Lakadash, Hashabayaya, Haza'ah, Kagar, Hasakawath, Shabbat, Yawamam, Layai, Hamam. Verse 35 in the Hebrew. Bayawam, Hara'ah, Shawan, Makwara, Wadash, Ka, Malakath, Ibada, Ta'aishawa. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 29 in the English. For whatsoever soul he shall be, that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. Verse 30. And whatsoever soul he shall be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Right. You don't want to follow the Lord's day? The Lord said, I'll cut you off. You too proud to serve the Most High's night? I'll cut you off. You want to work on a day that I told you your money, like they say, money is everything. Your money is more important than what the Lord said to do. I'll cut you off. That's what he's saying right there. And that's what happened to us. We got proud. We got arrogant, following the heathens. We got puffed up and stopped following the Lord. And the Lord looked down on us and said, no problem. I will see what your end shall be. And our end ended up in America, man. In a brutal, hard place that stripped our identity from us. That did to us what was done to us when we were enslaved in Egypt, man. That robbed us of our culture, our identity, man. Nobody even knew what a Hebrew Israelite garment looked like until the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right. That's right.
Nobody knew what a Chinese and Japanese was in the Bible until the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
Nobody knew who the Arabs were in the Bible until the I.S.U.P.K. Nobody knew who the 12 tribes of Israel were until the I.S.U.P.K. in 1969. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 31. He shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. Verse 33. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, 34, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the feast of tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. Verse 35, on the first day shall be an holy convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. Another beautiful high holy day, Feast of Tabernacles. Get out the house. That's what the Lord said. Get out the house. Get out the marble floor and the leather sofa and the flat screen TV and all your cable channels. Get out the house. And get in them booths where you struggled at to get out of Egypt, where you went through that wilderness and you suffered to build a nation. Get out the house from your fine dining and your good china and get in that woods and get in that mud and learn some humility and remember where you came from. And this is why the Lord said it's a holy convocation, meaning a holy gathering of the Lord's chosen people, man. We're to gather ourselves and for 7 days get out that house and to get back to the ground where we started from and to get out of our pompous proudness and our different identities and all the lives that we've lived and remember the things that the Lord did for us. You didn't hear us also why? Because we going out here again. Moses said it. Get it for me, Maya. Moses said that one will come later, just like me, and everybody will obey him. 18:18, right?
Count one count.
Tell me when you're ready, I need a mic. One scripture on it.
Count it one count.
We're here now. Moses is gone. But we got YAHANNA coming. Give it up for him. The oppressor building telescopes up there. The Hubble. We can see to the other side of the galaxy. Is he coming? Is his ship out there? What are we looking for? He's coming. And he's going to, that's right. And he's going to deliver this nation, man. You're going to watch it happen. Wait a minute. I'm going to wait to the seventh man, before I leap over the desk.
Deuteronomy 18:18. And I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee.
Like unto thee. What did Moses do? What is like unto thee? Moses endured our evil heart and brought us together, man, and pleaded with us. He gave us the name of the Most High, which is Yahweh in the Hebrew, and guided us out of that in captivity in Egypt in the past, and said we would get it again. And if you have faith, if you walk back to the Lord, if you follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, if you give up the pork and the shrimp, if you give up the blunt and the whore, if you give up different sexual lifestyles, if you give up your sin and your hate for your brother, YAHANNA will come get you back and bring you back to our nation. You will sit among us in this room of holy people, man.
And will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him.
He said he would require it of him, Maya. Well, when a oppressor's woman came up to Christ and begged him to be healed, he said, it's not me to take the children's bread and to cast it among the dogs. Now you obey his word.
That's right.
Take your seat, dog.
Right.
Mind you.
Damn right. We up to 5. You got us, man.
Sixth priest, present thyself and thy registry.
Not to zop the shop, on your holder, on your shop.
Not to zop your shop, on your holder, on your sha'ala.
Y'all about shooting out the shop, rock a thumb.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Brakatah. Shabbat.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36. Shabbat Yamayam, the Korayabwa, Asha, La Yahweh, Bayawam, Hashemayanya, Makwara'a, Kodash, Yahweh, Yahaya, Lakam, Makwaratham, Asha, La Yahweh, Itazarah, Hawa'ah, Ka, Mala'akah, Ibada, La'ah, the Aishawa, verse 37. Alha, Mawa'ibadya, Yahweh, Ashar, Aquara'ah, Atham, Makwara'iah, Kodash, Lahaquarayah, Ashar, La Yahweh, Ilah, Wamanachah, Zabak, Wanasakya, Dabor, Yahweh, Bayawamwa, 38, Mala'abad, Shabbatah, Yahweh, Wamalabad, Watanawat Yakam, Wamalabad, Ka, Nadarath Yakam, Wamalabad, Ka, Nadabawath Yakam, Ashar, the Tanawa, La Yahweh, verse 39, Ak, Ba'akamasha, Aishar, Yawam, Lakadash, Ashaba'aya Aya, Ba'asakam, Taba'awa, Ha'arataza, the Kagwa, Ka, Yahweh, Shaba'ai, Yamayam, Bayawam, Hara'ashwan, Shabachwan, Wabayawam, Hashemayanya, Shabachwan. Verse 40, Walakwaktam, Lakam, Bayawam, Hara'ashwan, Paraya, Itazah, Hadar, Kapah, the Amoria, Ha'ainap, Itazah, Ibah, Wa'irabya, Nahal, Wachshemachat, Lapanya, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Shaba'ai, Yamayam. That's Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 36 through 40 in the Hebrew. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 36 in the English. Verse 36, 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High, a burnt offering and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day. Verse 38, beside the Sabbaths of the Most High, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye shall give unto the Most High. 39, also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Most High. 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. Verse 40, and ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Most High your power 7 days.
Shut up. I like
6 man. Yes, this is the last. 7. The 7.
Seventh and final man, present thyself, priest Salakia, present thyself and thy registry. Ashaparium, Bonaparium, Bonyasha Allah. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrakatah. Yeshabia.
I'm sorry.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 41 in the Hebrew. Wachakwa, Atwa, Chal, La Yahweh, Shaba'ait, Yamayam, Bashana, Chakwa, I will La Darafikam Bachadash, Yashaba'ait, Yashabayaya, Chakwa, verse 42. It's like Atwa, verse 42. Basakawa, Shabwa, Shaba'ait, Yamayam, Kal, it's like Ha'aza'ah, Ha'azrach, Ba'yasha'ala, Yeshabwa, Basakah, 43, Lama'ain, Yadaiwa, the Rathikam, Kaya, Basakawa, Hamashabah, it's like Hamashabahya, Banya, Yasha'ala, Bahawa Taza'awa, it's like Bahawa Ataza'aya, our thumb. Matazayam, like, yeah, come, Matazayam. Our thumb, Matazak, Ma'arat is a Matazakayim, Anya, Ya, Hawa. Our, you come, verse 44. Wayadabab, Basha, Ma'ayya, Yahawa, Al, Banya, Yasha'al. Leviticus 23 and 41 in the English. And ye shall keep it a feast day unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Verse 42. And ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. Verse 43. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your power. Verse 44, and Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
Yes.
I imagine that's for us.